Thank you. It took you. Did it piss? So it took you 45 minutes to do that to the second video, but did it piss you off at 44 minutes when I went like that and the fucking internet cut off because I fucked up my own router? Did it piss you off? Because it seems to take you 45 fucking minutes to do that. Look at this shit. This is Dutch locks, I guess. This is what you get when you whatever gave me sickle cell plus Dutch and Micmac. All right.
All that talking on your butt, they scaring me. Keep on pushing me, it's like you're tearing me. Like you're pop, 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 leave them there to bleed. All that talking on your butt, they scaring me. Keep on pushing me, it's like you're tearing me. Like I will pop, 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 leave them there to bleed. Ride, till it bury me. All that talking on your butt, they scaring me. Keep on pushing me, it's like you're tearing me. Like you're.
So you weren't watching for me. You weren't here for me to prove it to you, but I marked off 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch marks with pencil. They rubbed right off apparently, and they were perfect. I eyeballed them perfectly. Oh, I think I got like 2 links for you guys. Hold on, or 3 or something.
Used to skip class, the make cash is the one I never passed. Teacher always talking about something I don't really care about. You see, when I'm done here, gotta go home. And sometimes home ain't the place you wanna go. I'm in a crowded room, but I feel alone. He wants his mother who did die in his arms. And then they wonder why he acts out and causes others harm. It was even betting to get me back then. I was never supposed to be shit. Listen to be locked up or dead. Tell me how am I alive if you aiming for my head? Get the fuck out of here. Y'all ain't killing shit. I was born for a greater purpose. And because of that, I know I make you nervous. Careful, there's a demon lurking underneath the surface. I do this in the memory of my dog dead and deceased. Every scar, every tattoo is something to me. Yeah. Alright, till they bury me. All that talking on your butt, they scaring me. Keep on pushing me, it's like you're tearing me. Like I will pop, 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 leave them there to bleed. Right, till they bury me. All that talking on your butt, they scaring me. Keep on pushing me, it's like you're tearing me. Like I will pop, 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 leave them there to bleed. You go on top this shit. 2014, that right now. 2014. Yeah, can't fuck with this. I ain't getting bail, so I run till they catch me. I ain't scared of y'all, so you won't have to dead me before I ever
All
stop.
I could say is fresh meat, fresh meat.
The fuck out the way, cause this y'all stomping on everything. Put the coke in and out, way less till I'm on triple back. Fucking with you thinking plain boy. Got killers across the country, just wait for the order. Got the product from across the border. The guns on layaway, mine on standby. Send my condolences, yeah. Heard your man died. Got that good if you trying to get high. Just follow my lead and you will be fine. Yeah, I came from a place where it's easy to lose faith. Had to learn the hard way.
So that, half good, half bad news. Bad news and weird news. There you go.
Maybe one of my enemies gonna break the day. Thinking of fucking one off, survival at no cost. Whatever it takes, a zero limit my state. No room for error, no room for mistakes.
Alright, till they bury me. All that talking on your butt, they scaring me. Keep on pushing me, it's like you're tearing me. Like I will pop, 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 leave them there to bleed. Right, till they bury me. All that talking on your butt, they scaring me. Keep on pushing me, it's like you're tearing me. Like I will pop, 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 leave them there to bleed.
Oh shit, I don't know to come off of that. anything. Whatever stupid shit.
Get your ass up out the car, nigga. Get the fuck out. Break yourself, nigga. Break yourself.
Fuck school on the streets, don't need a GED, SL crap. Work the working class sleeps, cause my life on the beat. No matter what, I'ma eat. If I'm a burn for a plate, might as well make it a feast. I go hard till I'm in that box. A little baking soda mixed with cocaine, now we cooking rocks. Can't sleep too many jocks, I know these fearless me. Fuck them, let them watch. Satan's calling and we all on the clock. I have this dream, every night is the same.
A lot of beats and run up the nose of the
Tell me what the scene.
It's Mi'kmaq ghee. It mixed with Mi'kmaq, not just Creed.
You can call it greed, I call it get mine by any means. Yeah, the KID, aka the Sandman, put him to sleep like rockin' bye-bye, baby. Will the sun come up tomorrow? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, the boy done lost his way. Walking like a master, where to say? Yeah, the boy done lost his way. Nothing good here, all he found was pain. Yeah, the boy done lost his way. Walking like a master, where to say? Yeah, the boy done lost his way. Nothing good here, all he found was pain. Yeah, the boy.
I was raised up west side, money motivated mind, fiends standing corners, how would these be on the fucking grind? Do this all the time, every day, you know I gotta ride. Money be a girl, say goodbye, cause now the bitch is mine. Just another day, another crime, we live in the devil's way, like renegade. March Tuesday, grace, these are the end of days. Get on your knees and pray, like you're about to meet the Lord today. Slowly starting to fade, lost, living into an unconscious state. You don't want that fate, living life in the hood, it's well the soul, just hold your folder. Living paper right here for my first time to roll up. So I had caught never showed up what? So look get free to get more us. What that mean for a nigga like me? I might rob your whole family tree. Yeah. What that mean for a nigga like me? I might rob your whole family tree. Yeah.
Yeah, the boy done lost his way. Walking like a master, where to say? Yeah, the boy done lost his way. Nothing good here, all the time was playing. Yeah, the boy done lost his way. Walking like a master, where to say? Yeah, the boy done lost his way. Nothing good here, all the time was playing. Yeah, the boy.
This one's dead. I'm gonna throw them somewhere where I won't use them. Damn it. If I had done that on purpose, but I didn't. It's like bubble. Balloon letter, bubble letters.
Going hard to my number call, trust me dog. You ain't prepared to do what I'm prepared to do. Hold the car, the artillery I got, cause you have like a chainsaw. Ready to tack, back down. Stop, listen, what's that sound? Everybody look at what's going down. Murder in the first degree, homicide in my crib harassing me. She just jammed the needle in her arm, now she can't speak. It's a cold world that we live in, take it from me. Yeah, in the end, everything I seen had scenes, but a dream within a dream. Long days, cold nights, serving fees. Just the life that we live, just the life that we live, just the life that we live, motherfucker. Just the life that we live, just the life that we live, just the life that we live, motherfucker. Just the life that we live, just the life that we live, just the life that we live, motherfucker. Just the life that we live, just the life that we live, just the life that we live, motherfucker. Just that new shit, that gang life revolution. You don't wanna fuck with this, I got homie on standby. Ready, let it rip. I suggest you close your lips, stop bumping your guns before you hurt someone you love. No remorse for my gun, no regrets for these clips. Cross me and I'm sick about shit. Got an M16, copied up the black market shit. Big guns, big clips, you don't want any part of this. I'm on that leave you retarded shit. We ain't shit, I cannot fuck who started it. Try me, see how far you get. 4 goons in a stolen whip. Roll through, fuck your whole day up. Fucking clown, should've paid up. Not a great nigga putting in work. Covering your coffin in dirt. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, he got what he deserved. Just the life that we live, just the life that we live, just the life that we live, motherfucker. Just the life that we live, just the life that we live, just the life that we live, motherfucker. Just the life that we live, just the life that we live, just the life that we live, motherfucker. Just the life that we live, just the life that we live, just the life that we live, motherfucker.
There ain't no peace, all I see is violence in the streets. Junkies in the alleyway, homie broken by any means. Random robberies just to feed. Close your eyes, imagine what it's like to be me. It's just the nature of the beast. No warning, we just SICKLY. We rip the competition apart. What's the gun goes off, pick it start. He played until he passed on. A grown man cry like a hoe. What a sad song. All my soldiers put your flags on. We gon' bang to this song. I keep the strap like an ace in the hat. Yeah, I'd rather get caught with it than with all where I'm at. Got no time for rats. Tell broken he can kiss her ass. We don't talk to police, got no respect for the bad. That's why I keep the gun in mass right next to the staff. You can't play me. It's the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. It's the nature of the beast. Say you can't play me. It's the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. Nature of the beast. Say you can't play me. It's the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast, the nature of the beast, yeah, you can't play me. The nature of the beast, the nature of the beast, yeah, the nature of the beast.
I'm jumping on deck with my hand on my tech. Disrespect, but mama, get your face in your lap. You claiming you hardcore, doing bass in the trap. I'm loading my gun up, where the fuck boys at? It's murder, homie. Don't talk shit, get your burner, homie. Chrome on me, and I'm down for the first degree. First 40 gig, had my cousin on tape. Cutting the cop up with a dirty razor blade. These days are crazy, but we stay getting paid. Fuck with the boss, so your homework is sprayed. I'm hanging with real killers and slanging with drug dealers. My city's a melting pot, controlled by the devil's plot. Don't care if you ready or not, leave you down on the block. You step ahead of the cop, G's up, hoes down. I'm joking around, catch you smoking a pound in your hood, holding it down. Killer king, holding the crown.
You can't play me. It's the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast, it's the nature of the beast. Say you can't play me. It's the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. Nature of the beast. Say you can't play me. It's the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. Say the nature of the beast. Say you can't play me. It's the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. Yeah, the nature of the beast. You ain't gangster. All you do is talk. You some fat fuck prankster. Stuck up in the bench. You get shut up. Prankster. Penetrate the score with my prankster. Banks cut. Start to pick the balls when you stay blind. Keep your fucking flags and your chains up. Danger. Creeping in the average. You ain't fun. Tough strikes. Take you away from the get. Raised up. Aim up at your brain. Then we spark sluts. Raised up. In the gut. The legs will be laced up. Slant drums. Ain't no other way. Homie can't God. Banker. Parts of the dark. For a gangster. Text one. Penny same day. Then I can't cut straight up. We insane Christ with our brains nuts. Place pop up and fucking with the Mary J. Slut. Make blocks all about the problem. We back up. Marks cause we gangsters. Ball and you back up. You can't play me.
Looks upside down.
Say you can't play me.
It does too. What the fuck did I do there?
Say you can't play me. Say you can't play me. The nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. Yeah, the nature of the beast.
You seen any gang members around?
You gotta have this gang members, black TK every day, all fucking day. Better recognize what it is.
This black flag is all I need. Live my life like this every day of the week. Sometimes it's hard, but we still get by. We just living our lives and be prepared to die. Said this black flag is all I need. Live my life like this every day of the week. Sometimes it's hard, but we still get by. We just living our lives and be prepared to die. I used to cut class just to smoke my weed. So my soul for a black flag and a triple B. All I know is cold nights in this crack house with these beats. Close your eyes, try to match, but I see. Baby, my heart's cold, cause I watched my mama OD. The night I held her in my arms and she died right in front of me. Baby,
Sounds like a order killer. Mutton, see, because it's not sized right.
God don't care, this is how it is. Say you can pray, God ain't listening. Life ain't fair, God don't care, this is how it is. Say you can pray, God ain't listening. So laying there with her eyes open, having pipe dreams. It's been 4 days now, she still can't sleep. She has trouble sitting still, so she paces around the room. She's praying that I get the truth. Tears in her eyes when she stares in an empty spoon. She's got a baby in her womb. He's on survival, so she left the needle to solve the problems. Yeah, so let the baby all grown up. Yeah, she all grown up, and she hate the world. I told her life ain't fair. God don't care. This is how it is. It's a cold world we live in, ain't no exceptions. The church talk up the one, but God ain't listening. Hooker, if you hungry, take your ass to the soup kitchen. I ain't cuffing you nothing. We out. Life ain't fair, God don't care. This is how it is. Say you can pray, God ain't listening. Life ain't fair, God don't care. This is how it is. Say you can pray, God ain't listening. Till eyes closed, just lost our minds, trying to find a song. Lost the If I could sell a piece to a priest, then I would. Cause I'm about my paper, dog, it's all good. When I roll up, my blow up. Cocky like Rocky Balboa. Product of the devil, gon' blow up. Stacking higher than the Twin Towers. Blow up on the scene like the fucking 2 towers. All I want in life is a fucking money shower. So what I got for months, it's a brick coat power. My eyes low faded, smart got rated. What never get got from a pig made it. Laughing at these suckers, it's all smooth sailing. Patron in my cup in the clip, world motherfucking toasted. Puff another blunt to be toasted. If a motherfucker hate, then we rolling, rolling, rolling. So much money, so much riches. All my life I've been thug living. Got the verse to brick, and then it's on. Tell my baby mama I ain't never coming home. So much money, so much bitches. All my life I've been straight living. Got the verse to brick, and then it's on. Throw them in the beast, I ain't never coming home. Boys in the hood, got toys in the hood. House party bumps make noise in the hood. When I think back, dollar sign, blink that. Fuck a bitch with a fat ass, I'm the master. Sitting in the cell, all like an aster. Living in the hell, but my seed not a bastard. Only keep it gangster, lane up the faster. Trying to get a devil, bass be a crack in the coke, be the treble. Personifying everything, and I don't give a fuck if you don't understand. I'm on another level. You can't tell me nothing, but try and tell me something. Why the fuck you hating when I'm rolling by something? Probably cause I'm doing big things and you frontin'. Cheers to my haters, cheers to my dogs. Life of a gangster, praying till I fall. Trying to stay on top till I'm all fucking fall. So much money, so much riches. All my life I've been thug living. Got the verse to brick, and then it's on. Tell my baby mama I ain't never coming home. So much money, so much bitches. All my life I've been straight living. Got the verse to brick, and then it's on. Throw them in the beast, I ain't never coming home. Stove for a heater, now I pack a heater. Money coming quicker than a motherfucking cheetah. Fresh to death, sipping the plug, sitting where the conversation senoritas. I'm a soldier, to my deceased on the boulder. Living and giving a fuck the weight of the world on my shoulder. Haven't ever had a harder clip, yeah, I got this shit. Got bitches on my truck, I'm the cap on the shit. This is how it is, it's how we do in the city. When he wolf if I was sheep, I don't feel no pity. Gotta feed a fucking kitty, every so it's nitty bitty kitty trying to make a fucking buck or a time by a blizzy. Grind for the grizzly, workers be busy. Purple, so got my murky, I'm dizzy. Fading, so I'm gon' get laid in the city. Back in my heater in case I get so much money, so much riches. All my life I've been thug living. Got to burst the brick, and then it's on. Tell my baby mama I ain't never coming home. So much money, so much bitches. All my life I've been straight living. Got to burst the brick, and then it's on. Throw them in the beast, I ain't never coming home.
Thug living, thug living, thug living.
Soul from my mama, I ain't scared to die. Black on my face, throwing up gang signs. Can't forget these cops, come on, legs. And they wonder mama had these because she never had a chance. I just think over the scars, stick my arms to the bars, and reach for God. I roll my weekly pages up right from the Bible. I'm a sinner, all I know is survival. Keep 6 1 to 5 Jack be nibble, Jack be quick. Jack really give me your shit, so I light them up like a candlestick. Got some killers on my team, they ain't even 18. Day and night, pulling triggers up and beat. Like it don't give a fuck. One time wanna lock me up. Go hard till I'm dead and go. Go hard till I'm dead and go. Live life like it don't give a fuck. One time wanna lock me up. Go hard till I'm dead and go. Go hard till I'm dead and go. I've been living life like this since a little kid. Could've made a movie off all the shit I did. Count so much money, turn your fingers black. Shit so good, I'm making extra weight back. Puffing on the weed, sipping on the Alizé, sleeping in the limousine. Yeah, it's just another day. Mama, don't pray for me, cause I'ma be okay. I live to die by the blade. Only feel alive when I'm staring death in the face. I'm holding the low at night, alone in the dark. Just me and my thoughts, contemplating homicide. Trust when the sun goes down, we ride. Respect to my dog, looking on the front line. No choice, either his life or mine. And I ain't dying today. Rather pull the trigger back and watch the soul fly away. Watch the soul fly away, bye-bye. Live life like I don't give a fuck. One time wanna lock me up. Go hard till I'm dead and go. Go hard till I'm dead and go. Live life like I don't give a fuck. One time wanna lock me up. Go hard till I'm dead and go. Go hard till I'm dead and go. I just think over the scars, stick my arms to the bars, and reach for God. I roll my weekly pages up right from the Bible. I'm a sinner, all I know is survival.
I found these in the garbage because they don't fucking stick.
Check me nimble, check me quick, check me, they give me your shit before I light them up like a candlestick. Got some killers on my team, they ain't even 18. Day and night, pulling triggers, serving beans. Live life like I don't give a fuck. One time wanna lock me up. Go hard till I'm dead and go. Go hard till I'm dead and go. Live life like I don't give a fuck. One time wanna lock me up. Go hard till I'm dead and go. Go hard till I'm dead and go. I've been living life like this since a little kid. Could've made a movie up for all the shit I did. Count so much money, turn your fingers black. Shit so good, I'm making that so way back. Pumping on the weed, sipping on the Alizé, sleeping in the limousine. Yeah, it's just another day. Mama, don't pray for me, cause I'ma be okay. I live to die by the blade. Only feel alive when I'm staring death in the face. I'm holding the low at night, alone in the dark. Just me and my thoughts, contemplating homicide. Trust when the sun goes down, we ride. Respect to my dog, looking on the front line. No choice, either his life or mine. I ain't dying today. Rather pull the trigger back and watch the soul fly away. Watch the soul fly away, bye-bye. Live life like I don't give a fuck. One time wanna lock me up. Go hard till I'm dead and go. Go hard till I'm dead and go. Live life like I don't give a fuck. One time wanna lock me up. Go hard till I'm dead and go. Go hard till I'm dead and go.
I'm gonna do this. I'm pretty sure we don't own that beat.
Yeah. Gang Life Records. Yeah. Hey, I'm on this back.
You're in a complete circle like this.
Hunger driving my motivation, no tolerance, running short of patience. Skip gold, do not collect money. That's the shit that got me dreaming robberies. When pops left, it was the block that fathered me. Got a problem, load the weapon, that's how you solve it, that's what it taught to me. And it's how your face don't bother me. Put me in the direction.
You don't understand. See, the original, that name comes from supposedly the sound of cocking a firearm. Okay? This is crazy killers. You don't understand what you're fucking with. Don't throw them letters up because you'll pull somebody like me up. We're 1% of 1% of 1%. Okay? Because 100 times 100 times 100 is a million. But if you'd like to do it faster, 1,000 times 1,000 is also a million. You don't want to fuck with that shit, stupid.
Where the bottle be, it's just how it's born to be. Some come to this world with diamonds and pearls, some come to pop.
Okay, hold on. I've timed this all wrong. Hey, we've got the Sherlock Holmes audio book. Shit. Oh, I don't need to do this. I got that done. Right. So I keep ending up with extra crumbs in here. 5 orange pips. Yeah, I got a dish full of orange pips right here. So if I send them to you in an envelope in the mail, like that's gonna set something off or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you even research this? Or you just say stupid shit because you heard it somewhere, right? Hey, if you see a guy wearing a red bandana, do you like go like do you get in his face or something? Like do you stupid like that? Like do you run up at cops screaming, "I have a gun and I'm gonna kill you, you stupid pig"? Like do you do shit like that? You just see something and you push a button. Like, cause I'm kind of like that, but I target what I'm doing at least. I know I'm gonna go local. We're like berserkers or something. Somewhere the Norse taught us some shit, but somehow we got that berserker attitude. I've been studying Homer Simpson. I'm not even joking. He will pull a power tool out of the side of his car door. His garage is 2 feet away. Why's he got it in the car? Right. He'll pick up random objects.
But no one to teach us right or wrong. How could you say that we wrong? This is all we know, so gotta be right. Or maybe it's left, but it's all we got left. Not the dog until my last breath. Truly, peace and love to the ones that know me. You fuck the rest, I mean it. And she know, but I walk out this door, it might be for the last time. They say the stars burn the brightest right before they die. That's why I tell her I love her just in case today's my day to shine. Father, forgive me for I sin, and I feel I probably sin again. Tell me whose blood is this on my hands, cause I can't remember. And when my night go, I literally in the river. My thugs, pump drugs, dump slugs, grave dogs.
Verse 48, the gun's in the lake, I'm in another province. Tell Jesus he ain't welcome round here, he'll get stabbed up and tossed off the top tier.
Nah, you ain't one of us. If you want it, better be ready to kill for it. If you want it, better be ready to kill for it. All my thugs, pump drugs, dump slugs, grave dog. Nah, you ain't one of us. If you want it, better be ready to die for it. If you want it, better be ready to die for it. That early morning hustler shit. Cocaine in the pot, stir it till it's thick. Throw some ice in the mix and shock it. That's how you rock that shit. Now here comes the magic trick. Abracadabra, bitch. The soul disappears because your baby mama's welfare check. This the life, yeah. Fuck you, pay me. I brought.
So the okay. So white lines. I don't really care. I think you find a world without white lines be a lot worse. And so I only pause it because see you guys say dumb shit. I only pause it to the stuff, the stuff that's been going around lately. I don't know if these people forgot these people. I know these people have been smoking a long time. They've been smoking crack a long time. I know they have. I don't know if they forgot what ice is. Okay, and I know in some places that just means meth. That's not what it is here. Okay, what it is crack cocaine mixed. By the way, turn your kids' heads away from the screen to cover their ears or whatever. It's crack cocaine with methamphetamine. Crack cocaine high lasts all fucking day. And in terms of a cut, it's relatively cheap. Like whichever way you're just mixing two. It's like fucking mulattoes, which is coffee and hot chocolate. But if you walk into a Starbucks and ask for a mulatto, they're gonna look at you very funny because none of them are old enough to even know what the fuck that is. These people are getting so fucked up. It was getting me. I know these people have been smoking for like 20, 30 years. And like, I don't know what they've been doing the last few years. Because a lot of people have said, yeah, why are you even bothering to do drugs when the drugs are just cut with bullshit and there's no drugs in your drugs? You may as well just quit at that point. And like some crackheads even say that shit. And I guess they've been getting the real shit and they are fucked up. They go, oh, I'm all paranoid. I did that last night. Like, oh, I know what that is. No, man, I'm all fucked up. I'm all paranoid. Yeah, that's what that drug does to you anyway. And the new part of this is that you're high the next day. That's what's fucking with you because you seem to forget. So, sorry, did I mention that the only people that ever gave a fuck about me were crack dealers and car thieves and some prostitutes? Some people that turned into prostitutes. When the police are trying to rob you, the crack dealer is the one with the gun that's going to stop him. Hey, you bust him out the park.
Hunger driving my motivation, no tolerance, running short of patience. Skip gold, do not collect money. That's the shit that got me dreaming robberies. When pops left, it was the block that bothered me.
I'm supposed to be thinking of what's put on the side of my head here.
And it's how your face don't bother me. Put me in the direction where the bottom be. It's just how I was born to be. Some come to this world with diamonds and pearls.
By the way, the what was there, a Grand Poobah or something you guys have? There's you got a Grand Wizard, and there was Theodore for a while. That's why I'm not I don't follow you, hey black people, but you name all your shit after rappers. The one guy had like 84.6 or something. Let's just say 85%. Or no, sorry, he had 15% sub-Saharan African DNA. And looked, I mean, approximately, if you were trying to describe a serial killer and they gave a bunch of pencil sketches, one of them might look like me and one of them might look like him. Okay, so that's similarities as far as they go. Was the Grand Dragon or the you got other names too? Like, I'm supposed to give a fuck. Ooh, scary ghost. I'm saying, like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You know that shit lights on fire? Oxygen, static electricity. Motherfucker, don't fuck around. There's no spark arresters on our trucks. Okay? Law doesn't say we have to have them. Fuck your forest. Fuck your satin sheets, bro. No polyester? That'll be fun. That shit'll melt to your face and then burn.
Some come to poverty, with no one to teach us right or wrong. How could you say that we wrong? This is all we know, so gotta be right. Or maybe it's left, but it's all we got left. Not the thug until my last breath. Truly, the love to the ones that know me, you fuck the rest. I mean it, and she know. But I walk out this door, it might be for the last time. They say the stars from the brightest right before they die. That's why I tell her I love her just in case the day my day to shine. Father, forgive me for I sin, and I feel I probably sin again. Tell me whose blood is this on my hands, cause I can't remember. And when my night go, I live in the all my thugs, pump drugs, dump slugs, grave dug, nah.
Just remember, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, okay, you know, Lewis Carroll, and Mark Twain's real name escapes me at the moment. What do you mean his real name? These people all hated you and swore to fucking kill you till the day they died, and they wrote books about that 100 some odd years ago. And if you didn't catch that or didn't realize it, you're dumb.
You ain't one of us. If you want it, better be ready to kill for it. If you want it, better be ready to kill for it. All my thugs, pump drugs, dump slugs, grave dug. Nah, you ain't one of us. If you want it, better be ready to die for it. If you want it, better be ready to die for it. Early morning hustler shit.
Well, I'm gonna wear it tilted in real life too, so maybe I better adapt to that.
That's how you rock that shit. Now here comes the magic trick. Abracadabra, bitch. The soul disappears.
I should draw another face so I can turn and look like I'm looking at it. I should draw some eyes and shit. Oh, yeah, that'll work. Eyes in the back of
this motherfucker, know what I'm saying? Bet the streets gon' feel me. Know these cops still wanna kill me or confine me. But first you gotta find me, so come find me. You bitch ass, punk ass cops. Y'all can kiss on my cock. This is something that you'll never stop. Every bump of these tracks, even after I'm locked, even after my heart stops. I'm here to teach the next generation to say fuck the cops. Same way I was taught, yeah, same way I was taught. Yeah, fuck the cops, fuck the cops. All my thugs, pump drugs, dump slugs, grave dug. Nah, you ain't one of us. If you want it, better be ready to kill for it. If you want it, better be.
The most dangerous thing for the corrections officers at the Toronto South Delta Chelsea is there's a gap between the steel railings and shit and the on the mezzanine level and the floor of, I don't know, between 6 and 8 inches. I'm not sure. They don't give you a measuring tape. I'm gonna get inches marked off on here and centimeters on here. If you can't measure shit, it doesn't matter what your plan is.
Ready to kill for it. All my thugs, pump drugs, dump slugs.
Okay, all it takes is either a piece of like polyethylene plastic, like sandwich wrapper, or some water on the floor. If you slip, if anybody slips, your whole leg, you'll fall all the way up to your balls, and then your whole body weight will crush your balls into the edge of the concrete, like as you're going over the edge. Or worse, if you're skinny, you could get caught up to your neck, and it's almost impossible for people to lift you up, especially if they're locked in cells. Yeah, it's not cool. That place has been there since what, 2011? Should we be having a 10-year anniversary party?
Great stuff. Nah, you ain't one of us. If you want to bet to be ready to die for it. If you want to bet to be ready to die for it.
I'm gonna ruin my buzz if I turn the news on, but I might do it. Just put numerals.
Yeah, gang life records.
Just to comment on the level of the people we're dealing with that I guess use the term haters or whatever. During a live, I'm getting yelled at on the phone by people telling me I'm breaking copyright law every day, and I'm so stupid I don't know it. And it's going over their head that they're watching it on YouTube, and if YouTube had a problem with it, they would have cut it off. You wouldn't be able to see it. And I'm supposed to feel bad. This is the level of idiocy. You know, like this dumb shit you guys type up.
On the beat, you know what it is.
No, it's interesting. The sex offenders retract all their messages, and the racists repeat them over and over and over.
Yeah, I came from a broken home. Since a young age, I've been on my own. Just a bag of rocks and a cell phone. This the world I live in. Feed myself sinning. Doomed from the start. Yeah, fuck from the.
And I'd like to remind all the people at DOD and DND that that shit was financed by the yeah, we all know regarding poppy fields and all the rest of that shit. So shut the fuck up about what I'm doing on here, because you couldn't walk these streets if I wasn't walking these streets. I see your red license plates fly by. You think you're safe out here? CSIS gets robbed out here. Cops get robbed and kidnapped out here. They don't talk about that.
And I got caught today and I'm already late. Probably ain't gonna make it. Give me a chance and I'm gonna take it. Yeah, I'm out in a pirate. I put my hopes and dreams inside of pirates and turn the stove on. A life like this, it's hard to carry, y'all. My family don't get what they need until the work gone. I know where to find the devil. That ain't hard. But for some reason I still ain't found God. Lost soul walking with the damn. Pull a trigger, hope that it don't jam. Rather get caught with it than without it where I am. This life got me dreaming about a battle.
You ain't gonna kill me. Rather be judged by 12 and carried by 6.
Wait, nah. I'm a realist, I know nothing gon' change. Yeah. Gang life got me dreaming about a better way. Nah. I'm a realist, I know nothing gon' change. Yeah. Life got me dreaming about a better way. Nah. I'm a realist, I know nothing gon' change. Yeah. Gang life got me dreaming about a better way. Nah. I'm a realist, I know nothing gon' change. Yeah. I'm a shooting star, running in the sky. Same God to text, still waiting for a reply. I daydream a lot, dreaming of a day I won't have a scheming plot. Not ready for the grave yet, not ready for that box. Yeah, life in the slums, it ain't much, but it's where we wrong. God love it, steady thug, see the cops, me mugging, middle finger up and fuck them. Another day in the life, the weed and liquor help to make it alright. Just say, homie, you're tight. Yeah, I miss my dog. Forever in my heart. When we meet again, I'm going hard. On the block, ducking and dodging the rapid card. I'm just trying to feed myself in these troubled times. Still, it's your Lord. This is there.
Does it piss you off that I look like this? I don't just tell you I'm black. I give you the whole 400-year history. Then I tell you it's on both sides of my family that are from two different sides of the planet, and it comes together. And I'm sitting here listening to rap music from wherever, including Germany. Eating bagels? Is that what pisses you off? Bagels? They're original, but these are original apparently. Yeah, original. I don't know. Just plain. But does that piss you off? Are you smart enough to understand why me eating bagels should piss you off?
Nothing gonna change, yeah. Game life got me thinking about a better way, nah. Nothing gonna change, yeah. Life got me thinking about a better way, nah. I'm a realist, I know nothing gonna change, yeah. Game life got me thinking about a better way, nah. I'm a realist, I know nothing gonna change, yeah.
Into telehealth. It's paid $400 million from Lemonade, a startup that provides remote access to healthcare providers and drug delivery services.
I heard $400 million for Lemonade. Yeah, that makes sense today, doesn't it?
Care. Intel says it may cancel plans for a new U.S. chip plant, with efforts to boost the semiconductor industry stalled in Congress. Intel's head of government relations
like you couldn't make money right now.
From Washington is crucial for developing the factory.
Are you telling me my grandparents were right about carburetors?
For the sixth day in a row today, they closed up by 3.
And points. Do you know what points are? Can you set points?
From the Business Center, I'm Phil Martino.
I'm a point setter, and it's not a flower.
This is City News everywhere.
Yeah, but you almost said 680. You almost said 680.
We take the time to get to know you.
Telehealth. When I cringed, just because I heard they're expanding into telehealth. That was, no, see, I'm going to blow my buzz. They still make carburetors. They just make them much, much better now. They test them with computers. They've got like space-age computers to quality control check the carburetor. So we can use the computer. I just don't want to be relying on that shit when I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, that's what I need is Bubba to like rub his hands on his pants. And he's wearing that, this is all cut, whatever shit that builds up static. And you go, yeah, it's your computer. And he touches it because he's an idiot and fries it.
Thank you very much for listening to City News Everywhere. I'm Paul James. Here's what's making news right now.
I'm James, Paul. How the fuck is that happening with these people?
I'm tweeting late Friday that members of the Canadian forces are headed in. Ontario's government looking into its crystal ball, determining that the end of March is when it expects all of the pandemic restrictions to end.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait, based on what?
Because you refuse to get vaccinated, you may not be eligible for employment insurance.
The Canadian federal government is no longer recommending you avoid non-essential travel. One travel agent is now foreseeing a travel boom.
The Houston Astros hold the Red Sox to just 2 hits in an elimination game. Houston to the World Series for the 3rd time in 5 seasons. Sports at 15.
The TSX close is at a record high, and the travel industry welcomes the Fed's move to lift a global advisory asking Canadians to avoid non-essential travel outside the country. Business at 26.
All these stories and much more are coming up in just a couple of minutes.
City News 680 traffic.
Priorities to follow, including gathering vaccine data, confirming alignment with legal advice, consulting with employee groups and First Nations, and ultimately voting on
Hey, we're military, we're exempt.
But there is also a veiled warning in the document saying if boards and authorities choose not to follow the steps in the document, they should be aware there may be legal or financial implications. Education Minister Jennifer Whiteside saying, with guidelines now available, trustees can make decisions around vaccination policies that work best
I'm
for
gonna
their
roll another one. I hope you got another one. No, I'm gonna celebrate. No, because I forgot to mention all this. I forgot to mention.
Ruling that struck down his request for reinstatement as head of the COVID-19 vaccine distribution campaign.
Were you a two-star general, mother?
Justice Anne
McDonald
aired in her ruling
U.S.
last
Army
week
that.
that Fortin needed to
Dutch
submit a
last
complaint
name,
to the military before bringing his case to
From
court.
where? I don't know, Africa or
Has been
something.
fighting for
Jamaica,
reinstatement
somewhere.
after he was
Not
abruptly
even
removed
Africa. It's Guyana
as vaccine
and fucking
rollout boss
Jamaica.
in May. It came 5 days before military police announced they'd referred an investigation of alleged sexual misconduct to Quebec's prosecution service. He was charged with one count of sexual assault in August. And some Cabo houses are due to be closed in 2 weeks because of a lack of funding. An organization running the safe houses, where 1,700 people with approval to come to Canada are being housed and fed, says time has run out. Without government support, some will have to shut their doors. The Afghan Interpreters Association says Afghans with papers to come to Canada face being turned out in the cold in the Afghan capital. The association says Ottawa has been asked for funding, but none has been forthcoming.
So you wonder why
Immigration Minister Marco Mendicino's office says the federal government is still finding new ways to bring Afghan refugees to Canada.
Planes!
A request for help from Nunavut has been answered. The federal government says
did I yell that loud enough?
forces are headed to Iqaluit to help with the water emergency. Iqaluit's 8,000
I've been telling you to do that a long time. You got the route
booze,
you piece of shit.
For 11 days since it was discovered to contain fuel. Chief Administrative Officer Amy L. Gersma says the city has successfully isolated the tank affected by the contamination and completed an inspection which showed some areas of concern.
The investigation has pointed to potential contamination of the soil or groundwater outside the water treatment plant, which may have leached into the North Clear well.
Are your wells below grade? Are you fucking stupid?
City's drinking water.
In sports, the Houston Astros earned yet another
They're
trip
not
to the World
wells,
Series, beating the Boston Red Sox 5-0. From the Global News Desk, I'm Catherine Garrett.
I may sound hypocritical in Toronto.
It's The Shift with Shane Hewitt. Weekend.
There's a nuclear plant upstream and downstream, but no matter which way the lake's actually going, if it's spinning or flowing or what it's doing. They say there's an average transit time of like 8 years, and then there's 6 and 7 or something like that, and 5. So for all the Great Lakes. Oh yeah, so all the pollution from like, so when I was a kid, the pollution was like from the 40s, 50s, 60s that I was drinking in this water. That was good to know. And now it would be, the 80s, 90s or so. We don't even know what they've been dumping in that water. Prescription drugs, lots of it. There's deuterium releases of 60 and 70,000 liters at a time that they don't feel are, large enough. They're so routine, they don't need to report them. I don't know how deuterium is leaking into the lake. Like they're releasing it. Like okay, the CANDU reactor is a triple phase, passive cooling. Triple, I don't know how to phrase what I'm saying. The heavy water should never go anywhere near any other water. So I don't know why they're releasing deuterium at all, but they tell us because it's in our tap water. Thousands of people have died from drug-resistant bacterial infections in Ottawa. I don't know. They ship them all to Ottawa, so I guess it's where the deaths get recorded or whatever. And the Raupu is a reverse osmosis water purification unit, and it can take, I think it can do like, what is it? 5,000 liters an hour or some shit like that, 10,000 liters an hour, something like that, depending on if it's single or double pass or some shit. and it can take literally the raw sewage and spit out drinking water. And the Canadian Forces has them just sitting around. And you can be like, oh, they're doing shit all over the world. No, they're not. They're not. They're really not. They're sort of, but not really. And they're not doing anything here either. And this has happened repeatedly through history, where they recorded as First Nations people not being healthy enough to join the military. It's like, well, you've been starving them and poisoning them for quite some time, and they're still alive. I think that means you should enroll them if they're trying to. I'm gonna roll another joint, but I gotta have a joint. Oh shit! 7 minutes in. We got well past the fucking traffic.
Chief Administrative Officer Amy Elgersma giving an update on Friday on the city's investigation into this issue.
The investigation has pointed to potential contamination of the soil or groundwater outside the water treatment plant, which may have leached into the North Clearwell in the treatment plant, causing contamination to the city's drinking water.
Says the city has successfully isolated the tank affected by the contamination, completing an inspection showing some areas of concern that need to be investigated further in the coming week. Kids in Quebec being asked not to yell trick or treat as they go door to door for candy on the 31st. Lessen the spread of COVID. The province's health department publishing a list of guidelines.
Again, you're coming down on kids. You won't stop adults.
Children in La Belle Province
every fucking day. This disease is going to go out of fucking control because these people won't stop. They won't stop.
And keeping
they refuse to comprehend they can get sick more than once. They refuse to comprehend any of it.
To the rest of the world, the Mountie in the red serge, the dress uniform, a symbol of Canada. It's a myth.
I thought it was this one that I'm wearing right now.
Protected little guys always get their man butt. On this episode of the Big Story podcast, Jordan Heath Rawlings hearing from journalist Jane Gerster about how the reality of the Mounties compares kind of poorly to this image.
It comes from early 20th century movies, and essentially, like a really condensed version of what happened is that it was a really common topic, and people, it was so realistic. Like the fiction all sort of had the same underlying premise of, Mounties are white English men, and they go to the, they go to the Northwest Territories, they go to the prairies essentially, and that's where they, test their hardiness, and they, it's very much sort of Mounties.
Things will roll up on you with assault rifles, carbines, pull you out your car and all the work out the trunk. You never see your shit your house ever again.
Fictional.
I know you mentioned they might have taken advantage of
that. I don't know what you think ICP is. That's what we think of it.
In reality, who is out there selling this myth?
I mean, the RCMP is out there selling this myth. They have a page on their website called Our Image. They talk about it a lot. They had a big celebration when they had their
just for the record, she said myth.
The RCMP in red serge, like their request through government to represent Canada, in the Mountie uniform, actively. No one's really selling it right now, but it's been sold for so long that it's now considered a symbol of the country, and that is.
Oh, the Bobbies don't carry guns. I got white guys yelling this at me the other day. Fucking stupid. Shut your fucking mouth. Telling you what they care. I've seen pictures of UK cops with MAC 10s. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with them.
Listening to City News Everywhere, breaking news from coast to coast. No matter where it happens, coast to coast, City News is everywhere.
You just rebranded last year, eh?
Hi, I'm Joe Mimran.
City News 68. City News 68.
We're giving away a huge $500,000 to fund some amazing medical research. Watch the pitch to save lives and vote for your favorite team on November 18th at 7 p.m. at
It's twice as long.
From hot dates to hot flashes, marriage to mortgage, kid-free to kid-4.
Imaginez-vous donc, il s'appelle Aaron Yoder, puis il explique.
En 5 minutes 30 à reculons. Mais oui, mais il doit avoir particulier à essayer de regarder en arrière justement pour pas foncer sur un arbre.
Mais évidemment, ça se fait pas dans une rue, on s'entend.
It's going to be the driest humor in the world.
Laurent, c'est très juste que vous le souligniez.
It's going to be the driest humor in the world. If you have to, you can picture Snoopy in life. Oh shit.
memories live in my heart. When I recall the
I'm not sure if I can get away with that. I'm really not sure if I get away with that. I can't do mouse.
What if you were native to use that sandwich? Okay. Do you got sandwich? Not for eating, but for international espionage.
No, internet now.
Oh, it's international.
This is speed typing. I had a dinner to get to tonight, okay? This is speed typing. I'm trying to take it away from the magic of this story.
That's what hot. A U.S. Marine tried to do last week when he slipped military secrets inside a peanut butter sandwich. Anyway, kick. I can't believe you said earlier in this story, you said, oh, did I spell it wrong? You spelled sandwich 4 different ways in 4 different attempts.
4.
Yeah. Well, here's more on
the stupid typo joke every fucking night.
From NBC News.
A Navy nuclear engineer and his wife charged with attempting to share top secret information about some of America's most important national security technology. A criminal complaint unsealed Sunday alleges that Jonathan Tebby, who began working with the Navy in 2012 and has top secret clearance, tried to send a package containing military documents and other files to an intelligence agency in a foreign country. Instead, they ended up in the hands of the FBI. Tebby left a package at a dead drop location in West Virginia containing an SD card. According to court documents, the SD card was wrapped in plastic and placed
picturing him trying to write stuff with peanut butter
on a half of a peanut butter sandwich. And during a separate drop, another SD card was hidden in a sealed Band-Aid wrapper with a Band-Aid inside a clear Ziploc bag.
It's creative.
Sealed Band-Aid wrapper.
It's creative. He still got caught.
There's more to the story. By August 28th, the FBI had paid Jonathan Toby $100,000 in cryptocurrency, the documents say. The next day, he sent an email thanking the person he believed was a foreign agent for the partnership, the documents say. One day when it's safe, perhaps 2 old friends will have a chance to stumble into each other at a cafe, share a bottle of wine, and laugh over stories of their shared exploits, he is alleged to have written, adding, I will always remember your bravery in serving your country and your commitment to helping me. As you can
this shit's radioactive. It's probably got Vioxx and Viagra and Oxy and every goddamn thing in there.
Not as stunned as me. We're also a little stunned or also stunned. Could go either way.
A little stunned. A little stunned.
At the story.
The word got combined and reversed in that time.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. This one didn't. Because it's pretty nuts. Because anyway, they told NBC that the Tobys kept to themselves.
Wow. It's pretty incredible. It's like
in the world of radio, you got to be able to read right through those typos and not get any of them wrong.
Everyone's very
these
law-abiding,
guys,
so it was a little surprising.
Wow. They're going to be in court today. I'd like to take this moment to acknowledge Alex Winans.
You think I'm worried about
on the Shift's Facebook?
Sir, you can't do drugs.
That's Ryan a very Thanksgiving message.
The 51st state.
I got a couple of those actually.
The fuck we're on.
I'd like to thank anybody who sent me a typo message. Solidarity, my friends. We can't let these, grammar police take us down.
I was going to say thanks for the audio in that story, because otherwise I had no idea what any of that was about. Based on the description, anyway.
Oh, I just realized it actually says Happy Thanksgiving. How about that? Doesn't even say Thanksgiving. Very good.
Let's stick to that. Just to hear this espionage story. Oh, God.
Are you okay with fortune cookies? Wait, let me guess. Yes, the fortune says.
It better be another spy story.
I don't think they taste very good. I'll always eat them. I'll always eat them after. I think they're okay. I like.
I was going to check the classical station.
Sometimes
I didn't do it
it's very coincidentally correct, but I don't think they taste great. I think they're okay.
I don't know if anyone enjoys fortune cookies for the taste. It's more just the vagaries that they try to force into their life story that's written on a piece of paper.
Promoting death as a lifestyle. Put it on wax vinyl. Sell it to that white child.
I have a fortune for Ryan.
I don't have nothing to say about it. This is a quote.
In this story, here's going to be a typo.
You understand why I don't have nothing to say about it? It's all been said before.
The tasty cookies almost always come after an inside late.
Now we got white
Chinese
calling them so.
Nice plate, Chinese food.
Oh,
nice plate.
That's a typo.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Translated by the subtitles of the shift are provided by.
You trying to fill all the way to the half-hour mark? I swear to God.
Who knows what'll be on the paper inside that cookie? Regardless of what it says, the
craziest shit that I won't know about,
or at least a little ironic. But have you ever gotten a bad fortune in a fortune cookie? This happened to employees at a Target distribution center in the States, and it couldn't have come at a worse time.
Yeah, because they're all fucking.
They became the target of a fortune cookie joke.
One of those that I read was uplifting, positive.
On Wednesday, some Target distribution center employees in Galesburg opening up fortune cookies after their shift. What were some of the messages?
I see money in your future. It's not yours, though. The fortune you seek is in another cookie.
Smaller cameras were rolling.
The fortune you seek is in another cookie.
Opened up 2 other fortune cookies.
Try this one again. The fortune you seek is in another cookie. Again, not very positive. Oh, this cookie fell on the ground. How do I want to do that?
That's what the message was?
Correct, yeah.
That's pretty good. The smell is this message fell on the ground or this cookie. Nice.
Hey, who's making those?
Okay, well, apparently it gets worse, much like the spelling. According to employees.
Oh, no.
Shit, I'm confident in my own.
That's a typo.
According to employees, they got the cookies right after learning they wouldn't be getting the full raise eyes. Oh my God.
That's a typo.
I shouldn't have swallowed that, but I did.
They were hoping for.
On Tuesday, 1 day before this incident, Target announcing they're giving employees for all distribution centers during the 2 predicted busiest weeks of holiday season $2 extra an hour. Campbell says that's far less than they deserve.
And then we received the cookies a day later, so and unintentional. I mean,
must have been personal.
Not very.
Campbell says the discouraging messages inside these fortune cookies have driven him and other employees to a breaking point.
So this gets better.
You should claim mental
So
health
not only
stress
do
and
they
make
have
them pay for your
negative
therapy.
fortunes inside their fortune cookies.
Does Target have a pharmacy?
The Target
Is it like Walmart?
spokesperson told Channel 3 they're highly confident it was an honest mistake. Writing, we provided snacks to the team this week. The snacks were provided by their bosses at Target. Gave them the staff. Here you go, team. Have some snacks, including fortune cookies with pre-printed messages inside. They say, we've looked into this and we're confident Target did not have any hand in choosing the written messages. They were simply the messages that came in the fortune cookies. Terribly ironic. Man.
I've never heard of that.
Pretty specific fortune, right? Somebody had to buy ironic or sassy fortune cookies at some point.
I would say someone dropped the ball. I'm sure they'll never find out who did, but definitely
Hold
a
on.
big fail.
If that
should
guy
be
is dumb
treated
enough
better,
to try to
said
spy
Mr.
in that
Campbell
manner,
with the
but
story.
smart enough to reseal a Band-Aid package,
Oh, we've got to do this one. Do we have time?
these
Yeah,
guys
we gotta
could
be quick.
easily put the
Let's hope
fucking
that,
message in the
we can
cookie
get
and
through
then
it. Okay.
seal it in some
Are
sort
you
of whatever.
okay?
Could you throw the wrapper on the ground? You don't pay attention.
Well, we know someone isn't.
Someone's not.
Yeah.
We've already established Ryan's dislike for the Beatles. But what about you? Fun fact, Ryan actually loves one song by the Beatles.
I do.
Still been more good. Now the problem is anything I want to put on here. You understand, if I force a jazz musician, lyricist, to deal with YouTube, and they don't want to, they'll do whatever they can to fuck me up. So I'm not worried about copyright strikes. I might get hit with a bottle of wine over the head or some shit. Okay, so in my field of vision is going to say MPUS. I should have reversed it. In fact, anybody who's in front of me will see that. That's not going to work. Does that really count? I would have said that out loud at the fucking show. That's why I don't go places. Jesus, damn it.
Starchy legume and not a nut. So now you know. So your pea legumes, Ryan, enjoy your pea legume butter.
Nothing more than a legume, that's it.
I have a peanut butter sandwich for lunch every single day. 2 pieces of fresh bread, one side butter, one side
I'm doing
peanut
this to
butter.
you so you'll
no other
appreciate that
ingredients
music in a
required.
second.
There you go. You have an ally. And Trucker Kevin to the fortune cookies. Are you okay with fortune cookies? Trucker Kevin says fortune cookies dipped in Cool Whip.
There we go.
Yummy. Now, if you had a fortune
The only
cookie,
problem with these jumpsuits
was
is they are
filled
not
with
intended
Cool
to be
Whip.
worn in any way with any
Could be
limb
awesome.
not hooked through the fucking
Just saying.
jumpsuit.
It's The Shift with Shane Hughes.
13 degrees, and then we have evening rain, but by Monday that's going to be heavy at times, very gusty winds. 9 degrees falling to 7, and we're still pretty windy on Tuesday with lake effect on and off showers and a high of 9 degrees.
That's real close to lake
Through the day
effect
today,
snow.
we are getting up to a seasonal high of 11 degrees.
This is City News Everywhere. I'm Paul James. Alberta's
I'm James
opposition
Paul.
NDP says it's going to call for an all-party review next week on how the province has handled the fourth wave of the pandemic. NDP House Leader Christina Gray. The goal is to find out what went wrong over the summer.
This means that for us, this fall sitting of the legislature will be laser focused on getting answers from the UCP on why they have failed.
Okay, but if you're doing it, I got
so
an issue
miserably.
because you
Alberta
focused
legislature
really
said
hard
in
to
its
say
full sitting on
legislature.
Monday,
and
Alberta, of course, seeing hundreds of deaths over the
I
summer.
don't want that
Premier
person
Jason Kenney lifted all COVID
fighting these
restrictions and said
issues.
there was no plan for a resurgence of the coronavirus. At least one Canadian
What did I
among
say
several
about,
dozen
like, a
people
few
who were
minutes
flown
ago?
out of Afghanistan earlier in the week.
It's gonna go out of fucking control.
Warned the latest airlift of foreigners seeking to try and flee the Taliban.
According to the State Department, another charter flight
So,
went out this
and
week
by the
from
way, you know how they're going to move these route
including
blues or whatever to
40
the
US citizens and green card holders.
fucking
Other
plane?
nationals from places like Germany, Canada, and the UK were on as well. State Department is declined to provide accurate
Well, it's
figures
Canada.
on
They'll send a
just
plane
how
full of
many American
snowmobiles
citizens
and tell them to
currently
go on their
remain
own
in
or
the
some
country.
shit. And a handful of
Numerous
Canadian
countries have
tire
been
money.
negotiating with the Taliban
Yes.
to try to arrange charter flights out of Afghanistan since the U.S. ended its military occupation in August. Britain's Prime Minister saying the
It's
UK
October.
government sending the Queen its very, very best wishes. 95-year-old monarch returning to
So that hashtag
home
Can
after spending the
Polly,
night in the hospital earlier in the week. Prime Minister Boris Johnson says he's pleased to hear the Queen is back home and feeling good.
I'm given to understand that
Oh,
actually.
shut up. This is the typical cycle for Canadian elections, Canadian politics. I knew that the next two months ago, I knew the next 2 months would be
Queen went to a private
just
hospital in London
repeat,
Wednesday
repeat,
for
repeat, repeat, with
preliminary
no
investigations.
information.
And tributes continue to pour in for Peter Scolari, veteran sitcom star losing to tears with junior battle with cancer at the age of just 6.
I don't know what the fuck that is. You should have told me his character names. Like, what am I looking for? I know what this one looks like. I gotta picture it on this set. Damn it. It'd be really nice if we could all hear this in digital clarity right now. You got too many chefs fucking up the stew, bro. Come on.
This is the new classical FM in the still of the night.
Enter the glittering age of turn-of-the-century Vienna. Enter the fully immersive world of Gustav Klimt.
Oh, it's the 23rd.
Enter Immersive Klimt, a journey through Klimt's life as an artist, including his most famous storied work, The Kiss, developed by the award-winning creators of immersive.
Time for business. Here's Phil Martino.
Canada's Competition Bureau says
No,
it has
Paul, I'm
obtained a court
James.
order that will advance its investigation into Google's online advertising business. The Bureau says the
Google will
federal court order it
delete
received
you
today
if you get
requires
anywhere
Google
near the
to produce
truth.
records and other
Google has all the
written
records of everything.
that will
We
help it
trust
determine
Google with
whether
the
or
cloud.
not the
Hey, it's all on your
tech
Google
giant
Drive, right?
engaged in
All your
anti-competitive
documents to go after Google are on your Google Drive, right?
Industry is welcoming
On your
what it calls
Chromebook
the
or
federal
some shit.
government's long overdue move to lift a global advisory asking Canadians to avoid non-essential travel.
Oh, because we
outside the
listen to
country.
that.
Bruce Puntet, founder of Canadian-based
So
international
again,
tour
hashtag
operator
CANPOLI.
Adventure says it's the very latest, as far as
And
he's concerned,
AB
given what's
Pauly
going
and
on in the
OM
rest of the
Pauly.
world, but very welcome. The government
BC
of Canada's
Pauly.
website now shows that the advisory is no longer in place, though it continues to list individual advisories for
Yeah,
destination
but who wants the
countries as
tourism
it
industry
did
here wants
prior
people to
to
leave?
the COVID-19 pandemic. Another record
No,
high
that's
for
foreign
the
interests.
TSX thanks to gains in the
If
energy
anything,
sector.
you should
The
be wanting them
TSX
to bring
closed at a
people here
record high
to
for the
change the
sixth
messages
day
about
in a
coming
row.
here. But they
And a 13-day winning streak, it was
This
up 3
don't make
points to
sense.
21,216. On Wall Street, the Dow closed at a record high. It was up 73 points to 35,667. The S&P was
Yeah,
up
but
by
the dollar ain't worth shit.
4,544. The Nasdaq down by
That's
125 to 15,090. American Express saw its profits surge last quarter by 70%
Oh,
as
really? Are you
Americans and
surprised?
companies used their cards to start traveling, dining out, and entertaining as they had done before the pandemic. The New York-based
Oh,
company
no, they don't
says
know
earned
how they're going to pay you
$1.83
back,
billion
stupid. You
US
got
last quarter,
you got good
from
returns for
1.07
these
billion
quarters.
in the
But
same
what about the
period
next 7
a year
years
ago.
or for
The
whatever?
results were significantly better than what Wall Street
Don't get too
analysts
serious.
had been expecting.
serious.
At the Business Center, I'm Phil Martino.
What if you could make an investment that would only go in one direction? Up.
Hey,
Would you invest? What if that investment didn't only benefit yourself?
yeah, that's a
but
code
many
word for
people?
drugs, eh? Like,
Would
you're
you
not
invest?
funny.
And what if that investment made sure that everyone in Toronto had access to mental health tools and programs? You definitely invest, right? Don't miss out on the next big thing. Learn more at investinhappiness.ca. Join us. We're taking happiness public.
I got sunshine in a bag. Cause there's a little black spot on the sun today.
Honey, what's with the accent?
I need a vacation.
Dreaming of a vacation? Bank with us. Earn up to 100,000 points with the HSBC World.
Good, that part's a fucking break too. Thank
Kind
you.
of the MO for this. So what'll happen?
I think
is this
universal
mission is
remotes that'll work
scheduled to
everything
launch
but that
sometime
fucking
next
stereo.
month. I believe the launch window opens November the 24th. This is going to launch on a SpaceX vehicle just because, you know, SpaceX gets all the cool things now, I guess.
Yeah.
And the target for this mission is
The Russians weren't
an
interested, right?
asteroid or a
Right.
binary asteroid called
South
Deimos.
Korea is launching rockets
Also
now
known
too.
by a significantly catchier name, 65803. So Deimos is a binary
Okay, but
asteroid
that's
system.
that's only cool if
They
somebody
go in a
writes a
little
song
one, like Earth and the Moon.
65803 or
The
some
body
shit.
is about
Otherwise, your
800
shit's not
meters
really that
across.
cool.
And the secondary body, or they're calling it a moonlet, which I love that name, is about 160 meters across. And they want to analyze the impacts that hitting the moonlet, which is more typical of the size of asteroid that, you know, we can't really see coming from far away, so would pose the greatest threat. We can see a 500 or 600 meter asteroid and hopefully act fast enough to deal with it, but something smaller like that.
Check your news history. The ones that made you almost shit yourself. That like, oh, when NASA said, oh yeah, 3 days ago we almost got smoked by the biggest rock we've ever seen in our lives.
Something like that.
Remember, it's always past tense.
So what DART's going to do,
That was like 2 years ago, last year.
called the kinetic impactor test, is it's going
That
to
thing that
just
blew up
fly
over
itself
Russia didn't
into the
fucking show up on
moonlet,
anybody's radar till it
at a
exploded.
speed of approximately
I've seen
6.5
meteorites,
kilometers per
whatever,
second, which is
they're
pretty fast.
speed of light they look
So what's
like.
going to
They're
happen
not,
is
but
it's
they
an
look
onboard
like.
camera. They've got fancy like autopilot.
Terminal
to its
velocity,
death, I
that's
guess. And what they're hoping to see is the effect that the collision will have on the
You're gonna smash it right into Earth, aren't you, bastards?
Of that binary system.
It's a binary system. You're gonna piss off the other moonlet. It's gonna beat you up.
A fraction of 1%. That is all that this mission is going to be able to do. And it really does.
Well, next time we got to send nukes, obviously.
I'm going to mince my word. I'm not going to mince my words. How screwed we would be.
Yeah.
If something big was coming to Earth, there is no feasible defense mechanism that we have. We could theoretically, I suppose, in a last-ditch effort, launch nukes that we know, a bunch of countries have.
Agreed.
But whether or not,
yeah, but they don't go past because they go up and then down. They don't go up and keep going. We didn't fucking plan for that because we're stupid.
But this fraction of 1% change in
we're the monkeys that fell out of the tree. Why did we start walking out to a beat? Because we fell out of the tree because we're stupid.
Is enough to be measured here on Earth. And so the big, kind of, in a way, the actual space.
We're monkeys that fell out of the tree. We learned to walk because we're monkeys. I can't do it again.
Observing what happens after the spacecraft collides. Earth-based telescopes and observation systems and planetary radar systems will be tracking this incredibly closely because we want to see what kind of impact an impact has on an orbiting body around the sun. And this will inform, future, quite literally, planetary defense efforts, because it's well documented that we just do not know what really is out there. We've got a good handle on the biggest civilization-ending stuff, but the smaller kind of regional stuff.
Really, because we've seen civilization-ending stuff, eh? All the civilization-ending stuff we've
the DART mission helps to enlighten that just a little bit.
I smashed my mirror
I imagine
off the wall.
A bunch of drunk guys drinking beers, throwing darts in a bar. And I thought that you would prove to me that that wasn't the case, but it sort of seems to be the case, Andrew.
Yeah, you're just going to huck something at it and see what happens. It's very highly, extremely choreographed.
This is the equivalent of kick it if it's broken. It's something that might make it work again.
And just because, now is now.
Well, whatever it is isn't working. Kick it.
There's actually a geomagnetic storm watch in effect, which if you didn't know that was a thing.
No.
Now you know is a thing.
The only time we're going to get on the internet without trouble.
A couple of days ago and launched part of its atmosphere at the Earth, which is currently colliding with it. And as a result, if you are lucky enough, in the current-ish moments to live anywhere along the northern-ish latitudes here in Canada.
Why do you keep saying ish, bro? Stop swearing.
I'm thinking, mid-latitude, Alberta, Manitoba, northern Ontario. I've seen cameras as far south as Washington State and Minnesota picking up aurora riding along the northern horizon. So if you want to go outside and take a look, if you're lucky enough to have clear skies, it's worth a look because the atmosphere is doing its thing right now. And we'll be doing its thing for the balance of the evening tonight.
There's some fantastic photos on, how Global TV does their 6 o'clock photo things they do on the news. There's been some amazing ones, even from my own city here of Airdrie, from last night with the aurora dancing, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen some great shots out of Jasper, Alberta, a couple of shots out of central Washington. And the further south you are, the further you'll have to go out of the city, and the more you'll need a clear northerly view in order to see them. But that's happening right now, so if you wanted to just, duck out in a couple minutes and check on that, I highly suggest it. You never know.
Cool. I like it. Okay.
Sure.
Sorry, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Oh, no, there's one more thing, but if you've got something else you want to go for,
well, you go ahead. I mean, I was going to talk about the lady that almost took one of those darts in the forehead. Except it was like the drunk guy threw the dart at the asteroid, and the asteroid turned around and hucked it back at Earth.
Just like, nah, you take that. No, it is interesting. The chance, just like there's a great internet thing that you always see is like the chance of you being killed by a duck are always non-zero. So the chances of being, and luckily for this woman, she dodged, by about several inches, not good time. The odds of space debris falling on you is never zero. There's always some chance of it. So, there's nothing you can really do about it. Just hope you're in the right place at the right time, unless you're, you have a planetary radar system attached to the roof of your house and you can get alerts for this thing, which I don't know anybody who does, but if you do, hit me up at Twitter, Andrew. But worse, I want to know about your home-based planetary radar systems. I think that's pretty cool.
So the story is the lady goes to bed, and a space rock goes through her roof and hits her pillow.
Yeah, it's a close call.
Wow.
What were you saying to God right then? No, you got to answer that. We want to know now.
Space debris all the time, and we always see it in video, in like shaky dashboard videos of this green flash in the sky, or like the streak of a meteor going through the atmosphere. But more, but enough instances of the actual rocks making it to the Earth, in one piece. They're out there, and this is just another one where,
it's sometimes a million pieces they explode too, eh?
She high rolled on her dice and dodged that one by a few inches, so.
I can't imagine.
No, I don't even know how I'd react. I might not even process it.
Do you know
you'd shit your fucking pants. And if she did, shut up, it doesn't count.
I don't know if she would have to turn it in, but I'm sure she'd be compelled to.
Yeah, I know that in Canada, when it comes to fossils,
not fossils.
You are allowed. You have to register them with the government.
Yeah.
And you can keep them in your possession if the government says so, but they can also recall them. You're not allowed to sell them. In America, you find a fossil, it's yours, you can sell it. So when you go to a store and you buy, I don't know, dinosaur teeth or something, they're usually American because they're one of the countries that allows you to do that. I'd be super curious to see if you get to keep that, because I mean, this was a giant, pretty big rock. I mean, the rock looked like it was.
I don't even know if any of that's true, right? Like,
yeah, it was that was the impression that I got when I saw the picture. Is, as if the universe decided to underhand a softball through this poor lady's roof. But yeah. I don't know the rules beyond that, honestly. I would imagine.
Yeah, man, think of the roof's got a hole in it. The woman almost died, eh?
Like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but the roof's got a hole in it.
I imagine she'll at least.
We are the monkeys that learned to walk because we fell out of the tree and we didn't figure out how to climb back up again. That's how stupid we are.
So, tell the kids back in my day, we had to dodge rocks falling out of the sky.
Right. Speaking of rocks falling out of the sky, the story of this volcano that's erupting in the Canary Islands, have you been following it all? Because it's pretty darn cool.
I only know
the
that it's
imagery from it is just absolutely incredible. Of course, notwithstanding the toll on property and the danger to life.
When I say cool, I certainly mean how explosive it is, not the fact that it's like literally like 1,000 buildings or something. Like, it's not good for the people, but the power of it is certainly impressive.
It is awe-inspiring. It's just another reminder that, like, we don't live in a static, unchanging world where we are safe from anything.
Hey, Mother Nature, you don't like those people? Hey, fuck them.
From very many things. Many things can and do go wrong.
I'm not going to say a damn word against.
In a way, these two stories of the lady dodging, a softball come from high heaven and the earth going, gonna go ahead and hack a loogie here all over the Canary Islands. We live in and on an ever-changing planet in an ever-changing solar system in an ever-changing universe, and I think that's, in a way, it's scary, but in a way, it's also kind of humbling. We're not the end-all be-all of everything there is. We're just little dust mites chilling out, turning our voices into radio waves.